Yep.
Damn, I can't believe it fucking snuck up on us like that.
I know. What's up, people?
What up? What up?
No intro tonight. We ran a little late. Literally just finished the movie like 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, maybe.
Mm.
So yeah, we're here.
Oh, shit, I gotta go.
Huh?
I forgot I didn't go live.
Oh, just me and Worst Damn tonight, and
Whoop, whoop.
the movie Super Dark Times. I even have the wrong background up. Look at me. Like I wasn't joking. We literally just finished. But let me fix that. Boom.
Yep.
Kelly's up there. Sure, I mentioned him earlier at some point. Or I will. I did mention going pee. So, Chris,
What up? What up?
Super Dark Times. Early rating.
Whew. Am I allowed to say anything? Like,
Yeah.
all right. So, although slightly slowish in burn and development, still really good to me. Not like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever made. If you remember in the trailer when we did that review, it had a bunch of written words like greatest thriller or along those lines or something, or page story. It's like the modern day Donnie Darko and something or other. And I was like, okay, this. I'm hoping this is gonna be good. And it kind of delivered on what the expectation was from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, my early rating on this one, I'm giving this one a solid 8.
Oh, solid 8.
Solid 8.
Right now, I'm at a 7.5.
Okay.
I'm between a 7 and an 8, so I'll just meet right in the middle. It, like you said, it did start out kind of slow, but I enjoyed the build up for it. Like this was one of those movies. I wasn't mad that it started out kind of. I don't mind slow burns actually, so I'm not even gonna say that. But like once it picked up, it was just like, oh shit. And really quick, I thought the one kid. So remember the one part where he took the NyQuil and he like hallucinated that night?
Yes.
I thought he was hallucinating the whole time, and he was the one that was actually doing the murders.
Ah, okay.
And then like, you find out he wasn't. Which, cause I just felt like it was too simple. Not that they fucked up with it, because they did a great job with it. But I thought it'd be too simple that Josh, the best friend, was the killer. Just because it
Okay.
just seemed like he was going to be the one that was going to be the killer, be the one to do something extremely crazy.
You know, I wasn't expecting this to turn as dark and as kind of betrayal as it kind of was.
Mm-hmm.
I knew some shit was gonna pop off, and they were, obviously the trailer shows you that there's a event that takes place. Kids are freaked out. One kid seems to have issues with like insomnia and just seeing things and shit like that in the trailer, but I wasn't expecting the kid to just go complete nuts.
Insane.
Yeah, and then like when as the plot develops and as you get closer to the end, like you start to get that notion of feeling, and it's like fuck, this friendship story is about to be ripped apart. But then at the same time, like I honestly thought even to a certain point to the end there that he was gonna keep his shit together and not be as nuts as he was, honestly. Like I thought they were just gonna basically find a way to kind of come clean. But I was not expecting him to go all fucking what's his dude's name? Something Bill or Sideshow Bill or Sideshow Bob or whatever the fuck from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
He just went nuts.
I can't remember what you're talking about, but yeah, they went nuts. They went
Yep.
fucking wild.
Yep.
But I loved every second of it though. As far as it going crazy, because it was just like, okay, it was just the build up. Like, I'll give you another thing. This was the same hallucination, right? When he thought he was fucking with the chick.
Mm.
Oh no, that's when he fell asleep in class.
Okay.
Remember that part?
Where he was smashing between the cave or whatever.
In the woods or whatever. Yeah, that, and I'm just like, okay, what the that's why I thought like these hallucinations were really like fucking him really doing shit, like killing and all this shit, and it's just him just like fucking his way of kind of getting away from it by thinking it's his friend or putting it on his friend.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't fair either with the chick doing what she was doing in class to kind of antagonize him and have him start thinking about shit. You know what I mean? The pen.
The pen?
When she was clicking the pen real slow and she started moaning and shit.
Yep, you're right.
I was like, what? Oh, shit. Yeah.
I think he was I think he had to be dreaming that, because I feel like a teacher would have said something. Yo, what's going on?
She was just doing it low enough.
I don't know.
I've done stupid shit like that before. Where my friends are fucking, yo, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like,
even as a even as a grown,
pretty much sitting in the next cubicle. Oh.
Stop. But like this movie, I think this movie was, I forgot what I rated the trailer. I think we rated it pretty well, actually. Excuse me, sorry. This was better than I expected it to be. This was definitely better than I expected it to be. Like I want to say I was expecting it to be or hoping for it to be like a 6, but this is definitely a 7.5. It may even be crack up to an 8 for me.
Okay.
Just the story, and then like how both the friends like the same girl, but she only really liked one of them, as far as in that kind of way. And I kind of feel like that kind of had something to do with it as well. Like what made Josh really snap, I think it was the night. So I remember the night they go to the party. He gives the one dude, or he tells the one dude he's gonna give him some weed or whatever, because he gives the chick the weed. Mm-hmm. That dude ends up dead. But he sees, like that night, he's seen how the chick liked his friend. Like how she was looking at him, how she was waiting for him, how she like ran right outside for him. And then he mentioned it later on in the movie, where he was like, Allison was her name. He said, it was like, yeah, what was it? Allison? What was the other kid's name? Josh, and I forgot the other main kid's name. Shit. Anyway, he found out how much Allison liked the other kid. Josh found that out and seen that. And remember later in the movie when he was like, yeah, Allison was pretty bummed when you left. Okay. He mentioned it briefly. I forgot what they were doing exactly, but he mentioned it briefly.
But yeah, I mean, couple little twists there and whatnot, you know. I mean, and it sucks too because that kid was trying to hold it together the whole time while still trying to like develop his relationship with the girl and all this stuff, and still, you know what I mean, get through his hormones and all that shit. But I mean, fuck. I was kind of for a loop up where at the end, he's chasing the homeboy with the sword. He runs outside, he gets stabbed. The girl is across the street just staring, and she's kind of smiling at the shit.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck? Wasn't she the girl that came to the house? Wasn't she one of their friends? That the mom was like, you can go downstairs, it's fine.
I thought she was younger. Than that. That's why I was a little confused.
Was she?
Yeah, but I believe she was a younger kid.
But still, it's like, how are you just sitting there watching and then...
I know.
Yeah.
And there's no emotion, no nothing. Just kind of just like... More... Didn't she kind of smile or something?
Yeah, she had a kind of a smirk on her face while she was sitting there watching it. Till the guy came and tackled the kid.
Yeah, he did. Maybe she wasn't supposed to have that smirk, though. Maybe it was just one of those things. And they were just like, fuck it. You never know.
It's true.
You never know. I'm going to bump this up to an 8, man. I got to. This was a really good one. This was a good one. I think we deserve that. I think we deserve
it. Definitely. Like I said, like the way this movie was shot was super dope. The close-up shots were dope. The fucking post-production, like color grading and shit like that. Like I think it looked really good and really crisp. They pulled off the whole high school atmosphere. They pulled off, you know, all this shit happening. They pulled off how it happened. I was a little bit annoyed at the speed and the rate that it happened, but I mean, most shit that's kind of a oopsie does kind of just happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I was pissed off at the fat friend anyway. The first guy, like, not that he deserved taking a fucking sword to the throat initially, but
he deserved to get like punched in the face a couple times.
oh yeah, he definitely deserved to be fucking like checked,
not murdered, but not killed.
yeah.
But with him though, I like how you brought him up, and I like how you said that because they made him a character you never cared about. You know what I mean? Like after he got killed, and after it got like after the movie got going, you stopped thinking about him. You didn't even think about like when is somebody gonna when is somebody gonna go through those woods and find him? Why is there no search party? Because he's been gone. Like I understand his family was poor, but there'd still be some sort of a search party. Like just the community in general would be like, this is kind of strange. This could be one of our children next.
But I mean, it's kind of, well, do you think that would be one of the territories they would go look first, having any type of reason, any type of
those woods?
Yeah, inclination to go check the woods. Like, it's not like they were all like, oh, we was hanging out in the prairie or in the field.
Well, no, but which I wish I actually dug up more on this. Remember when Josh's mother calls? No, sorry. Daryl's mother calls, the kid they killed. That was his name, Daryl, right? Or Devin?
I think it was Daryl.
But yeah, I think I was gonna say that. No, it started with a D. So Daryl, his mother calls. I wish I remember this fucking kid's name. Anyway, we'll call him Kevin. His mother calls Kevin's mother, asking, if she's seen Daryl. And so she calls their son. And he's like, "No, I haven't seen her. No, sorry, no, I haven't seen him." And she was like, "Well, Daryl said he was hanging out with Josh. Weren't you with Josh yesterday?" And he was like, "Yeah, but we were just at his house all day. No one was home. No one came over." Like that should have been a little bit more. You know what I mean? Something like that. And then I feel because this kid was missing for a couple days now, and still there was nothing. Not that that's.
I don't remember what exactly they said there with the whole. Like when that did go down, and they were like, "Oh, so and so said you were hanging out with them or whatever."
Oh, basically, his mother was like, "Oh, Daryl's supposed to be with Josh, and what you call it, and Josh hang out all the time." So Josh, he said that he wasn't with Josh, or that Josh wasn't with, or sorry, he said Kevin said that Daryl was not with him and Josh the previous day. And he was like, they haven't hung out. She was like, you guys used to hang out though, right? He was like, yeah, Mom, but that was years ago. I don't remember the last time I seen him. And it was, I don't know. I just, now I'm being nitpicky. But no, I was going to say, I felt like there should have been a little bit more to that with the mother. One, the son coming home like, yeah, he fell off his bike and hurt his hand. But just the way he was acting, she didn't seem too like your mother, I'm sure when you were a kid, if you were like into, I'm not saying this type of shit, but if you were into something, she can kind of tell you're hiding something with just your manner. If you're acting completely different, like say you're going home. I don't know if you're allowed as a kid. I'm assuming you were, but you're going home. Let's say you go home. You're just going to your mom. I'm tired. I'm not hungry. I'm just gonna go to bed. And you're doing that for.
Wasn't even allowed. You kidding me?
Fuck you mean you're not?
21 fucking questions. Yeah.
Huh? Where were you?
Yeah, motherfucker, I cooked dinner. Second of all, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, where were you? Why are you so late? What happened to your hand? Okay, you fell off your bike. How come nothing else is scratched up or tore up with your knuckles?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's not impossible, but like, remember how he had his bike on the ground? He was stomping the brakes like they blew out or something, like they fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things, like if your brakes are that bad, your fall would have been a little bit worse. You may have broken your arm, but why isn't your jacket at least something? But
Zach was his name, by the way.
Zach, there you go, Zach. I have a brother named Zach. Why couldn't I remember that? So yeah, Zach. I honestly thought he was the one, just because. I guess him and Josh. Well, I can't say. Yeah, him and Josh lost their minds in different ways.
Yeah, one was more remorseful and sad. The other one was just psychopathic.
He got high off of it almost.
He completely just 180. He just fucking power
Yeah,
drunk, I guess.
he went he went wild, yo. He went.
Crazy for him to go back and grab the sword and shit. Like,
I know.
I'm
It's crazy.
guessing no too, because I mean, it had the fingerprints all over it and shit like that too. So
You know what I thought they were gonna do too? At some point, I thought those three were gonna go back because they kind of took Charlie right out of the damn movie. The other kid, but I thought they were gonna go back at some point because they were nervous, or say if there was a search party going and they didn't go over that way yet, that they were gonna try to drag that Daryl kid in that hole where they dropped the sword.
Okay.
And then just kind of make it look like maybe he was running or something. Something happened and he fell in there. Of course, they'd have to go down and somehow grab the sword, Josh grabbed the sword, so they'd have to bring the sword somewhere else and get rid of it. They couldn't leave it there.
Yeah. I
But
say
I
he's
thought,
still crazy for going back to grab that shit, bro.
you know what? He went back early in the movie too, and you know why I'm saying that? So remember when early-ish in the movie, maybe middle of the movie, not too long after that murder happened, he went back and got it. He might even went back and got it that same night. And the reason why I say this is because remember the part where Zach and Josh are chilling in Josh's room, and there's some video game on. And Zach asked him a few times what game it was, right?
Yeah.
And anyways, what I'm getting at with that conversation, Zach was like, he was thinking about going to the spot again. He went to the spot. He was like, yo, don't go. He was like, no, don't go there. No, he was like, we should go back and check on him. He was like, no, don't go there. It's the scene of the crime. So I feel like that may
Yeah,
have given
already done it.
that he may or may not have already been over there. But after the sword was gone, I was like, he was there. He was there. There's no way in hell. I didn't even like and again with the Charlie kid, they only brought him in a couple more scenes. They didn't really keep him. You know what I mean? And I think I can remember they said that he went to a different middle school, so they just kind of
Yeah.
it was an easy way to kind of write him off of the story. It could have been one of those things where maybe they wanted him in the movie more, but I can only be here these few days, or you know, what I mean, this is a lot of time. Okay, so we're just gonna say you're in a different. Okay, so we're gonna keep you in the movie. We're gonna keep you in the big part, you know, the big scene, and then we'll bring you in sporadically the other days you can work or other times you could work, and you know. But it was
That whole shit with them being in different school, I was slightly confused because I was like, wait, so Charlie's a middle schooler,
8th grade, I believe.
8th grade middle schooler at a different school. So
Mhm.
were these guys in high school or were these guys elementary school? Were these guys just entering 6th, 7th grade before they got to the middle school stage? Like, because middle school is all different too. For me, 1st through 5th was elementary, and then 6th through 8th was middle, and then 9th through 12th was high school for me.
Well, see, I live in Schenectady and Colony, so for Schenectady it was like that. Colony, it was, I want to say kindergarten through 4th, maybe even pre-K through 4th, and then 5th through 8th was middle school, and then high school was the same as the rest, 9th through 12th.
Mm.
But
That's weird. Yeah,
yeah,
so
it is.
that's what I was slightly concerned. Were they all around this? You know what I mean? Like, was Zach, Josh, Daryl?
I feel like I think
Were
they were
they
either in
older? Were they like 9th, 10th grade?
I think they were either in a different I think they were in a different middle school. You know how you can have like two different middle schools in like Albany, whatever. So it was
Yeah,
just like
but
two schools, two different zones. I think it was two different middle schools, but I think they were probably in 8th grade too. Either
but
8th
the
or
line that Charlie said, he said, so you run over here, talk to the middle schooler who goes to a different school, or yeah, oh wait, no, a middle schooler at a school away from where you have any friends. Like, we don't hang out, we're not friends.
he said something of that nature. Yeah,
So that's
but
why I was like, wait, so are they older then? Are they in high school and he's still in middle school? Like,
I think that it's either that they're either both in middle school. I feel, or I feel like um, Josh and Zach are 1 grade older, like one. You know what I mean, like in 9th grade. I don't think they really said that though. Said like what grade they were in. The age is too much.
yeah. And then the whole sex thing and that shit. That's why it kind of led me to believe these guys were like 10th grade. He was 8th. He was the youngest kind of out of the group. And then fucking that's why I was like, why were we even hanging out? I don't remember what I did on Tuesday. And why would you just come running up to at a different school who's in middle school? And first of all, and secondly, why the fuck was he the one with the most common sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if he was the youngest one out of the bunch, like, yo, bro, like, this shit don't even look right. You're running up to a kid at a random school who's in middle school.
You know what? I was going to say he didn't have his hands dirty, but he touched the sword as well. They all did.
Did he?
He did, because
he
remember...
was freaking out the whole time. He's the one that was like, no, don't pull it out.
No, before that.
Oh, yeah, they were fucking
he threw
around.
The water bottle up there and he missed it. That's that part. And this is an important one right here. And I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. And so when they're burying the kid with the leaves and he comes with the sword, hey, we got to do something with this too. And he grabs it right then and there again.
Mm-hmm.
So
him that time he had to do something for the sword? Because he took care of the bite, didn't he?
No. Zach took care of the bite. Because remember, Josh was like, thank you, and left. Charlie took care of the sword because he dropped it in the hole, or gave it to them to drop in the hole. And Josh took Daryl's bags, which was stupid. I don't know why they just fucking dropped those there too. That made zero sense. And they never showed that's another thing. They never showed like what was in the bag, if there was something in there that he wanted. The weed, besides the weed. So we need to really just take the weed, but the weed was in his pocket. No. He had the weed. He got the weed back. When Zach was like, "Here, give him the weed," blah blah blah. And Daryl gets all pissed off, walks off, and comes back and attacks Josh from behind. Yeah. Oh, maybe he lost the weed. I don't know. So
that shit pissed me off. That whole shit pissed me the fuck off.
That scene?
Because I'm sorry, nobody gets like that. Nobody gets like that because they want to smoke some weed, especially when they've never tried it. You know what I mean? It's like nobody gets that aggressive. Nobody gets that fucking pissed off.
I think it was between that and when he was talking about how his family was poor and all this stuff. I think that's what really pissed. I don't even think it was the weed. I think that's what pissed him off. Because he said that like when he was running. Because when they were going in separate, he was saying it then like, your family's so poor you can't afford. I forgot what he said verbatim, but basically, that type of shit. And I think that's when he just like fuck it.
And for nothing, this whole movie could have been done in over the first like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Because not for nothing, they didn't have to hide the fucking sword. They didn't have to. All they could have done was made one phone call or flag somebody down. The cops could have showed up. It was an accident. Like, literally was an accident. None of them were going to fucking criminal jail. They all saw this that happened. They all had the stories. It's not like the dude was being malicious. Yeah, he picked up the sword to act like he was going to something, but homeboy kept coming at him, and they fell. And that's...
Yeah.
It's a fucking accident. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to be tried in fucking criminal court or anything like that. It wasn't a homicide or a murder. You know what I mean? Like
no, I get it.
And it's not like it was criminal negligence. And they're minors, so
never know.
If anything, the parent could have got over because the fucking sword was in the house with access that Josh had or whatever, with weed in the house. You know what I mean? That shit. But other than that,
maybe we could say that, but still, I mean, it would look kind of, I don't know. I guess they could have done that, but the way they went about it would have looked even. I mean, either way, it's gonna look bad. Like even if you, but it's like,
it's a bad look. Horrible. And then that's the other thing. I know you're freaking out in the moment and shit, but I mean, everybody else, even fucking Charlie knew, as he was hyperventilating. Wait, no, don't pull it out. You're not supposed to.
Yeah. But they didn't know. The other two didn't know. Or just panicked.
I mean, you fucking call the cops. And so, okay. So the other thing, too, is like, okay, I had to, like, start thinking, because this isn't it's in modern times, don't get me wrong, but it's not in today's times, right? This happened probably mid-90s, I would
I was
say.
gonna say,
You got the scrambled
this
corn.
happened when we were probably around 10, 12, 14 years old-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got the scrambled corn. You
Oh,
got fucking some of the shit they were talking about, and then his brother being away, so that was like Desert Storm-ish time and shit like that. So that was early mid-90s.
I mean, fucking bike riding in the neighborhood. Kids
Yeah.
bike riding in the neighborhood.
I mean, they live in the neighborhood where you can do that. I mean,
No, but I'm just saying, like, nowadays you don't see that.
yes, you do.
And with no cell phones, which is
Well, yeah.
the little, remember the one girl, she was like, okay, for her birthday, her parents got her that separate phone line, so her brother
Yeah.
won't be on.
Yep. So
So
this was definitely the 90s.
yes, it was definitely set in the 90s, and they did a good job. Again, they did a good job with it. There's still little holes in the story, but it's still not like horrible. That doesn't ruin it for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me too much. Just a little nitpick.
What did they do with his bike?
I don't know.
That's what I kind of want to know. What the fuck did they do with the bike? How did they just make a bike completely disappear?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, they alluded to it and they kind of said it, but so are we just left to go with for sure that that's what happened to Blue Hair Boy? That he found the fucking body and Homeboy followed him, set up a meet for some weed and threw him off the bridge?
Oh, that's what they said.
Well, that's what I mean, because he was talking to the black kid in class about he was supposed to get some weed from him. You hear the homeboy died, blah, blah, blah. You got any weed? And then he threw off the bridge and then he started thinking about it. He was like, okay, but he was going to hear. He went back to the body. The body looked different. So shit looked like it was gone. The sword was gone. So it had to have been somebody. And then all of a sudden, this dude goes off the bridge at the same location where they were meeting up to talk about it. So it's like, did homeboy find the body, find them, and then he set the meat off him and pushed him off the bridge?
Possibly, or maybe he just wanted to get rid of him because he didn't like him. Because remember how earlier in the movie he said he hated him and all this other shit? And his friend was like, he's not that bad.
We're on the 2B wheel?
Yes, sir. Evil Tunes.
Oh, goddamn.
Evil Tunes for next episode.
This is going to be so bad, but you know what? I'm going to wait till the trailer. Because it could not be that bad. It could be kind of comical.
There you go. See, Chris, proud of you for saying that.
Oh, it's only because it's cartoons. Cartoons mixed with live action, so it could be kind of comical.
It'll be comical. Evil Tunes. Excited for it. Fuck, man. But yeah, going back to this, like,
okay.
Some parts had a realistic feel to it. Some parts. I mean, a lot of stuff's dragged on a bit, but some part, you know what I mean? Kind of realistic where you could see something like that happening. Especially with them playing with the sword and somebody gets hurt or whatever happens even if they have a little tussle with it.
Right. So it's kind of funny. Why is this doing that now? Okay. So, because of Popcorn and Pints, they would probably understand this, one. And two, this is juiced with middle school, high school kids with a sword.
Wow. Wow. This is the white version of Juice? This is what they do?
This is the white version of Juice with middle schoolers.
James, you missed a review of White Juice. We should have been eating cheese and crackers and shit for this episode. Holy shit.
Yeah. Homeboy goes nuts. He had the juice. He had the gun. He went back for the sword. He said, let me start taking care of some shit.
He went crazier than Bishop did, though. He went wild. He went... Well, wait. Hold up. Bishop killed Raheem.
Uh-huh. Popped up on homeboy out of nowhere. Right?
One that he
Told
killed.
him,
He killed Raheem. He killed Raheem, Radamez, and Quilez. The old dude at the store. And then Josh killed. Who did Josh kill? He killed Daryl. Was it? Wait, would that be a kill for Josh and for his friend though that pulled the sword out of his neck? Is that a double?
I don't. Do they count kills? I mean, obviously the kid died, but do they count as kills? It's not a kill like, yo, I came after him, bang, or you know what I mean?
I mean, he could. I think so. He had the sword in his hand, even if it's accidental.
Yeah. And then homeboy that went over the bridge. He had the girls locked up. He was about to kill a few more. He had fucking
He went
the young kid again. What did I say the young kid's name was?
Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah, what happened to Charlie ultimately?
Nothing that we know of. But
he probably would have been next. Because if he had these girls tied up and shit in the house, there was no fucking reason and that he was gonna do with this dude who knew shit about him. You know what I mean?
Well, he was because he knew that the other kids liked Allison, and that Allison liked him, so that's his reason for doing what he's doing to her, I guess. And yo, but as soon as he fucking went there with the towel, the beach towel, and he's like, "I got a surprise," I knew exactly what that shit was.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker's the sword. He's about to start slicing and slicing. But
that kind of sucks. But again, like I said, definitely didn't need to get taken to this level. Didn't, and it rarely ever does, right? Especially after something is done like this and committed as even as an accident, like
mm-hmm.
you know. And I think that's what let that switch get hit. You know what I mean? With Josh, was that his boys covered for him and they had his back and they were just gonna stay shut about it.
Yeah.
So now he's like, all right, I got this. I did this one mistake, but you know what? People want to fuck with me. People want to endanger me, and I'm gonna start. You know what I mean? I got a reason. Let me start acting on it.
I could see.
Now I know how to get away with it. Now I know how to hide it if I need to.
But at the same time, it was. I mean, okay, so the first one I would say was sloppy. The second one, I guess you could say it was clean because nobody suspects him but Zach. Nobody even thinks about it but Zach. And that's not to say that he did or didn't do it. I'm sure he probably did. But
wait, do what? What are we talking about? We're talking about the blue hair guy?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And again, I just go back to when they were walking. Remember when they walked past him and they're all smoking or whatever and they talked. And the one dude like slammed Josh to the ground, stepped on his face.
Yeah.
Then they got up and they were talking about how they used to be friends with the blue haired dude because Josh was like, he's such a dickhead or something. He's such a something. And Zach was like, he's not that bad, man. Blah blah blah. He's like, yeah. He used to be cool before he started hanging out with them. And he was like, I hate him or some shit. He mentioned he didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then they're all chilling, smoking, and fucking even what's his name? Zach calls it out when they're outside, when him and Allison are outside, and he's like, yeah. He was like, Josh doesn't even smoke. He's just doing that to fucking impress you. And he was like, and he doesn't like Jay or whatever his name is. Blah blah blah. So I don't know what's going on. He was just going through it. And just like little clues. You know what I mean? Little clues right there. Like Josh doesn't like the one kid. That same night, he ends up missing. Like they're talking about the next day in school. Like, yo, did you know? Because remember the black dude, the black kid. He was like, hey, did you hear what happened? He's like, what, man? What? I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Because he thought that they were talking about the Daryl kid. He's like, I don't know anything. And then
like, I don't know nothing about that.
As soon as they mentioned Jay, oh, what? Huh? Who? Oh,
are you serious?
Now, what made that one part kind of fucked up / funny is like the kid talking about how somebody died. And he's like, yo, you got any weed? And then you hear him ask somebody else, like, yo, you got any weed? I'm like, what the fuck? This is what they gotta give the black. They give a black dude some lines in this movie, and that's it. Come on. I mean, they probably some of them kids had some weed. They had more than just weed in that fucking and white juice. They definitely had more than weed. They had cocaine,
Oh wow.
pills. Oh shit! But
What was with the way the movie started?
huh?
What was with the way the movie started? That's what it was. What was with the movie the way it started? The cops or the rent a cop. What did he do? Step on a kid or kick a kid in the throat or chest or something? And then they checked his pulse, see the other guy, and then it goes to the scene of the girl, that young girl in the hallway looking through the glass, just staring.
Oh, at the deer
Dear.
in the
They were,
classroom.
they were in the cafeteria, weren't they?
There was a deer in there, a dead deer.
No, the cop fucking stomped out or kicked the shit out of it or like stepped on his. I thought it was a kid.
No, it was a deer. He kicked it
Oh, I
at.
didn't catch that.
He like before the one cop did this. He kicked it like right before that to kill it to like finish it off.
Uh,
And now that you mention, how the fuck did that get in there?
like why? How? Yeah, like, and then that's it, done. And then it jumps to fucking scramble porn.
Did Josh have something to do with that?
Maybe that was their sign. The animal.
Or
He did seem kind of weird.
hear me out. Because I mean, I know he did mention his brother's sword and all that earlier. Like when they were talking about it before they brought it outside, they were talking about it in the room. And they brought it outside. But I'm wondering if even before, if that scene that we seen there, if it happened later in the movie. You know what I mean? Like if it happened after Daryl was already dead, type of deal. But then again, they would have brought it up. I don't know. That's was the girl just seeing things that happened later in the movie and somebody else did it and she freaked out, or maybe the deer somehow did get in there. Wow, fuck, I have no idea.
I don't know. I guess that's where they got kind of the some of this Donnie Darko feel. Besides his dreams, his hallucinations in his mind, and not banging the chick and stuff. But yeah, I right off the rip, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
and then I completely forgot about it. So now it's like, wait, they never, went back to that shit to explain or show you anything.
like nobody even brought it up because that's the type of thing at the very least. At the very fucking least, say you're in middle school or high school.
People would have been talking about that shit.
Yo, motherfucker, we'll be talking about that shit now. If that happened into a school you went to and you seen it with your eyes, like, yo, fucking, there was a dead deer in my cafeteria one day. And it would be one of those things where, oh shit. Somehow you'd have proof, a newspaper clipping or something. That'd be like some weird proof you'd be able to prove.
Yeah.
And they didn't bring it up. They didn't mention it at all. Wow.
Nah, it was not revisited at all.
Not even in like a fucked up joke.
Nope. Had no point, no basis of anything to it. To the movie.
And who's seen it? The Allison chick seen it. Looked like really upset and then like walked away. Right?
Was it that young chick that was at the end just staring from across the street? Was that her name, Allison?
No, Allison's the one that was, remember, because Allison got taken away in the ambulance.
I thought it was the young chick. The chick that was across the street watching him get beat up instead.
Maybe. I don't know though, because she seemed. I don't fucking know, man. I don't remember. Excuse me. I will say this though, people. I highly recommend this film. It's right on Tubi too. This was a good one. This was a really good one. It's something that slow burn, but really good slow burn.
Yeah.
You guys would enjoy. I feel if you enjoy a slow burn, some blood, craziness, you'll enjoy this film.
Yes, it's definitely not a horror film. It's definitely more like a psychological thriller. It's definitely not a horror film.
Yeah. I would say it's closer to that than horror. You could put it on the borderline, I guess. But yeah, more of like I agree with that. More of a psychological thriller. I feel if the whole hallucinations thing part played out how I thought it was at first, definitely horror then. Like where his body and his mind are pretty much being taken over, you know what I mean? he's not seeing himself do all these murders and kills, but he's doing them.
Yeah, they would have had to put some type of supernatural spin on it. If not, it's just like it's a mental health thing. It's a fucking like schizophrenia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But again, it's kind of no, it's darker than that. I was gonna say it almost gives you, because there's nobody telling the story either.
Right. No narration or anything like that.
Yeah. Which honestly would have worked.
Yeah.
Like it could have easily have been a story. This movie could have easily been one of those movies that was like a story. Like somebody's
No,
talking about their past, but they're pretending it's like a book.
a
You
really
could,
good twist at the end would have been if they would have made this out to be all hallucination in Homeboy's mind after he did do something similar or did kill somebody, and he's like in a mental hospital or something, or you know what I mean, super sedated, super medicated.
and this is the same story he's seeing or telling.
It just was in his mind.
Yeah, but I mean, so we're seeing what's in his mind, basically.
Yes. Yep. Turns out none of it was real. It's just something that just played out in his fucking psychosis.
That could, it's crazy. That could have worked. And all they would have had to really do is at the end of the film, you see like a bright light or whatever, and you see him in a room, and then where he gets all the names from is because that's either the other patients or the doctors.
Yep.
And nurses and stuff.
Yep.
And then boom. You can even say that's the other faces he sees. Maybe he sees like, say he's in an institution, or whatever, but he sees like other people's families and stuff there. And he's like, okay, so that was so and so, that was so and so. Maybe they come say hi to him every once in a while. But like or maybe this is what he dreams. Who knows? But yeah, shit. Either way, people go fucking watch this movie. It's all right. Like I said, it's right over there on Tubi. It's definitely worth at least a one time. It's definitely worth a one-time watch. Definitely worth a one-time watch. I'm not saying I would never watch this again, but it's not something I would like jump out and go, I gotta see this type of deal. As good as it was. For me,
these are movies I don't mind. I don't mind these at all. Like, it's almost like I go into them and I'm kind of like, all right, let's see what happens type deal. And then it's like worth the payoff, but at the same time, I wasn't like completely stoked to watch it because I think it was going to be like, a fucking groundbreaking movie or, something that just completely fucking, this is what movies should be, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, the way it's shot is done. The close-ups are great. The portrayal of the teenage aspect of it, the friend dynamic, the flip on the switch in his mental state, like they nailed a lot of that stuff, but it wasn't again to like a 10 for me. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh my god, you gotta, if you watch movies, you should watch this, or else you're not a movie fan. You're not blah 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 blah. And people used to hold fucking like Donnie Darko and shit like that in that regard, and Labyrinth, Pan's Labyrinth, and I'm like, they're okay. Don't get me wrong. I'd watch them, and I did watch them. I watched them several times to try to make sure I understood and got shit. But at the same time, I don't think those are movies that are like, oh my god, the film industry is not the same after these movies came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those are few and far between. I mean, there's quite a few out there, but you know what I mean. But this was I don't even want to say
above average. Definitely well above average.
I'll say it was good. I didn't say it was good. It's better than above average. It was good. Mm-hmm. But you know what else is good, people? I'm gonna show you right now.
Whoo! What a day! What a day! What a day, Sturdy! What a day! I really need to chill the fuck out, man.
Man, I know a great way you can chill out with this right here, HEMPARITA. You go to ihemparita.com. Use my promo code SIR.STURDY. You save yourself 10%. And on top of that, you spend $50, free shipping. Best CBD gummies, best CBD shooters on the planet. ihemparita.com, promo code SIR.STURDY. You can't beat it. Trust me.
I might have to do that.
Boom. Get you some.
Get you some of that.
But yeah, man, I haven't really got too much more to say about this movie, man. I don't know about you.
No, that's really about it. We pretty much covered. I wouldn't say scene for scene, but a lot of the aspects of
Yeah,
a lot of the scenes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the plot for sure, the twists in it. Yeah, I think we covered the whole spectrum, scope of the movie.
I'll say this though, people. Wherever you're watching this, if you're not watching this live, wherever you're watching the replay or listening to the replay, leave a comment on, drop some comments, or better, jump into the Horror Source 30 group and just leave some comments wherever. Again, wherever you're watching this from, just drop some comments as to what you thought of this film if you've seen it, and go check it out.
All right.
Even go check it out and come back and let us know what you thought of it, because I had a good time with it. And we're doing Evil Tunes on Thursday, so if you guys want to tune in for that, you're more than welcome to, of course. If you want to join us, let us know.
Yeah.
But
Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell, get the
well,
notifications. If you are enjoying any of this content that Sturdy's been putting out, any of our friends from the Z Network, if you're catching it, you're finding it, share it with somebody. Let them know about us. Let's get this bus on the road and keep us flowing and keep the content coming, because we have tons of stuff in the works right now.
oh shit,
Guys, ladies, gents, we appreciate time. We appreciate doing this for you. So, what we got?
me and him have been talking about some really cool shit for content for both of our channels, mind you. Both of our names, whatever you want to call it, both of our socials, both of our I can't think of the word, shows, so to speak.
Shows and handles, yep.
You guys gonna want to check that out.
I have a new segment that should be starting Saturday. If everything goes well, I'm starting Saturday. I'm not sure if it's going to be a pre-record or live at this point with it, but we're going to work it out. But it's going to be a mixture of things for that nature, whether it's pre-record or live. So look forward to that. If you're a movie buff, it's along those lines. That's what it's for. Even though I'm still doing my gaming, I got you covered on the type of media.
Look at that. Look at that. We're all over doing a lot of shit. Make sure you guys tune into us, though, and here's some places you can find us.
That's me, the worst damn gamer on the top left. Like I said, you can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I have stuff coming. Hundreds of shorts, probably hundreds of Apex, Call of Duty, Fortnite. I get ripped apart in Fortnite one night. That's going to be something I make out of that. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, being the worst damn crew ever, watching the worst damn gamer ever. You can also go and check out DREAMZ, the creator, on his Instagram, his YouTube, and his Facebook. He has content up there. He's been running through how to do certain things with digital photography, and also editing content, going live and stuff like that. So if it's something that interests you, hit him up. There's also services he can render for you. He has 4 free overlays you can use if you're a content creator. He also has packages that he's going to be doing, so that if you need him to consult you, create your overlays and your layouts, he's the guy for it. If you need a videographer to be, you need a producer to make a track for you for your content. If you need some photos edited, he's the guy who's going to do it. He's the reason all this stuff is going to look fantastic, just like Sir Sturdy's overlays do. Make sure you check him out, because he is DREAMZ, the creator. Just like his logo says, he's multifaceted. Look at all the different icons he's got there. Keep track of him. So good it's scary. It's one of my favorite things on the Z Network as well. If you go onto our Facebook page, you drop in a project of yours that's 30 minutes or less. If it's a movie, horror movie, throw it out. We can review it live right here on Tuesday or Thursday at 8 a.m. If you want to join us doing it, please do. We have no problems doing it. We'll be happy to have you on, help you promote your project for you. You can also go catch Joe at Any Last Word. She's got tons of content up there ready for you. She does recipes in dark space that are themed from horror and darkness and all that stuff. She's got stories she tells. Just did an episode on the origin story of The Orphan. That was a movie you enjoyed. If that's a story you like, go check that out. You can catch her on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And she has a Patreon page so that you can help support. Go check Joe out. Let her know we sent you here at Horror with Sir Sturdy. And then, of course, you're already here, but Sturdy's got you covered.
Every Tuesday and Thursday, like Chris just mentioned, come check us out on Horror with Sir Sturdy, 8 o'clock Eastern time, where we review movies, shows, everything. We're going to be doing shows, pre-recorded, of course, but talking horror, all that fun stuff that you guys see on here. And as he said, we'll be reviewing your short horror films right here as well. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Drop them on So Good It's Scary. We'll check them out, and we'll help you get them promoted. And that goes for indie people too, across the board. If you have movies you want to come on and you want us to review your films, we definitely will. You want to come on for an interview, we definitely will. And all kinds of fun stuff. Just stay tuned to Horror with Sir Sturdy. Trust me, stay tuned. Popcorn and Pints every Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. We review 2 movies and try to figure out how these 2 movies connect. We actually hit the hate wheel, so we're hitting the hate wheel this Saturday, guys. So you will not want to miss that episode. I guarantee it. You will not want to miss the hate wheel episode. I can't even think of the movies. They're not that important to me right now because I didn't watch them yet. I'm going to deal with those shits on Friday. But tune in for that, people. Tune in for that. And tune in for the trailer review. It's going to be dropping on Friday at 3 o'clock Eastern time as well. Then again, hop on over to Stories from a Bar. You get talks about some awesome, amazing breweries up here in the capital region that he goes to and helps promote and tries their amazing IPAs. He also talks music on this podcast, and we will be reviewing DMX. It's Dark as Hell and It's Hot. And I'm going to keep hunting them down for the rest of my life until we get this done. So, yes, make sure you guys tune in for that as well. And Deep Focus Cinema, Facebook, YouTube. Tune in and follow. Everybody else, again, thank you guys for watching and listening, whether it's live or replay, all that great stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody. Peace, and I'll see you in your nightmares.
Later.
Check this movie out, though, for real.